Hey there, Taurus Sun, Taurus Moon, Taurus Rising. It's Maggie from Moon Directed. Welcome to my channel. Here we work with energy of the moon to see how we can best utilize it to move our life forward in the most positive and productive way possible. Because let's face it, with all that energy in Capricorn this year, we're all going to be forced to be productive. So what I'm going to do today is I'm going to cover that eclipse that's happening in Capricorn on December 26th for most of the world. From the Central Time Zone west in the U.S., it is a Christmas Day energy. But for the rest of us, it is on the 26th. And so this energy is about what you need to release, to let go of, in order to bring in what you want to plant for your seeds of intention to manifest. You're laying the groundwork, the foundation of, for the next 6 to 18 months. We have an eclipse happening as a full moon in Capricorn happening in July on the July 5th. And so this will be a part of the cycle. And so there is this cycle that's happening now. Then that sets you up for what's going to happen the following full moon, like when it really completes its total cycle. And so this is big energy. It's important energy. We have so many planets hanging out in Capricorn this year. We have Jupiter there all year. We've got Pluto there all year. We've got Saturn there all year. It doesn't move into Aquarius until I think on the 21st of December next year, at the same time that that's when it moves in. Yeah. So there's like all these things happening. And so this energy this year is about foundation and building the structures. It's like doing the subterranean work. Even though Capricorn's about ascending the mountain, it is about laying the really solid foundation of building and what needs to come down in order to move things forward. So it's a big year. So this week, we already are. We start out the week on the 23rd with that moon in Sagittarius, and Sagittarius is a very optimistic sign, and it's about, hey, guess what? What do you want to do? Where do you want to go? And being able to find the peace in what you need to release with that eclipse energy in order to move your life in the direction that you would like to be heading. What do you need to release so that you have fertile ground in which to plant those seeds of intention? And Sagittarius gives you this sense of optimism toward that and finding the peace in it. Then on Christmas Day, or the December 25th Wednesday, the moon is in... Jupiter. Jupiter will come into conjunction with that eclipse energy. So Jupiter, again, is about that optimism and the expansion energy. So the seeds of intention that you plant, I cannot stress enough how much manifestation energy comes with this. So if you are thinking positively, if you are working in a very positive way, you will have very positive results. If you are in your negative energy, lower energy arenas of your life, if you are feeling morose and down, that's what you're going to manifest. Don't make your worst nightmares come true by thinking about them. Instead, start thinking and planning about what it is you want. What steps are you willing to take to get there? How can you lay that really solid foundation? What are you willing to let go of to make sure that you get there, is what you're being asked to do. So let's take a look at the energy for this week. Couple other things. Mercury's going to move into Capricorn, so that'll be another planet in Capricorn for a while. And Chiron, it comes into a square with Chiron on Sunday, and so there's this energy of watch out, it's a little volatile. People will be communicating the things that hurt them, and so you may have a really great idea, but you might be a little worried about the acceptance of it as you work forward. Wow, you got an interesting week ahead of you. Okay, so your overall energy for this week is this Five of Pentacles energy. This is the left out in the cold. This is the... God, this one is so heartbreaking. These are actually dead animals that were killed for their pelts. Wow. Outside of a church. This is the most oppressed Five of Pentacles I've ever seen. This is not the energy you want to sit in, okay? This is the energy you definitely want to be releasing and moving away from the sense of I have no control, I'm not where I belong. My life isn't working the way I'd like it to. It has really, you can't always control your situation, your circumstances, but you can choose your attitude. And I think that choosing your attitude becomes really important, but you have a big decision coming up. Because what's clarifying that overall energy, we have the Lovers, which is a decision, a choice that's being made that will affect people in your life that matter the most to you. It is a major decision. When the Lovers card shows up, it could be about choosing one love over another or an ending of a relationship, but it could be, I'm taking this job over here and it's going to uproot the family. It's a major decision that affects the family. It's a major decision. It's not necessarily the ending, but it definitely affects your love relationships. Love could be your children, could be your parents, but it's very important. So you're being asked to trust your intuition. What do you want to create? It is a spider that is represented here in the High Priestess card. And this spider is all about creation, right? Takes what's given to them, wraps it up quickly, does the repair work, moves forward, keeps the structure steady, strong. It's that bringing that balance into the laying the foundation of keeping things steady and strong. And we have this Nine of Pentacles energy, which is the independently wealthy. This is not even independent. This is not just necessarily independently wealthy. This is independence. This is, I can take care of myself. I am good. I am solid. I can manage all the things I need. Very much earth energy, which Taurus is an earth sign. So the choice and the decision you make is one this week, I think, of moving away from this negative energy of feeling out in the cold to, I am just fine on my own. And so, or you're feeling really alone in the need to make the decision. Like it's your decision and your decision alone is a real possibility. And if you feel that way, I want to encourage you to not leave your partner out in the cold if you're making a decision that has to do with both of you. So if you're thinking, well, I make the money, I make the decision, that happens a lot in relationships. I think that I get to decide everything. This might be a situation where including your partner in the decision making and not making your partner feel like they're left out in the cold. Of course, it could have gone the other way, that you have a partner who independently made a decision that affects your life and you felt like you were left out in the cold, and that you need to go and create for yourself what it is that you want. Kind of could go either way on that. The storyline goes either way. All right, so the overall energy for this eclipse, is the breaking of the barriers. It's the breakthrough. It is the releasing of what doesn't work in order to bring in what you want. I am expanding beyond limitations and into joyous freedom. And the other overall energy card you have is joy. So I think this is more about you moving away from what's not working to bring in what does. Excuse me, if I don't plug in, I'm going to lose you here. I should have done it before I started. I was so busy meditating on the cards, I totally forgot. Okay, so here we go. Let's take a look at this 9-card spread. Again, I always like to encourage you to check out your sun, your moon, and your rising, your sun sign. It's the core of you. It's how you feel inside. It's your value system. It's how you're going to view the world. But your rising sign, that's how you interact with the world. That is your destiny. That is the way things are moving forward. So it's important to, if you can check out what your rising sign is, to follow that along. And your moon sign is how you're going to react, respond, and feel to the energies around you. And again, I want to thank you so much for your likes, your shares, your comments, for helping me to grow my channel. So this, okay, so you actually had 2 cards that came out for the key to the situation. And if you've not seen this before, this is thoughts, feelings, action, past, present, future, the key to the situation in the heart center. And you have the Bard, which is your story. The answer that you're looking for comes from your wisdom and stuff that's gathered from the stories you tell yourself. The stories of your family lineage, of the things that have happened to you in your life. The wisdom that is gleaned from those stories. It's kind of like going back in time and looking at what worked, what didn't work. How do I How do I create the happiness? Because he's a very cheerful person, and there's music and there's dancing and there's storytelling and it's joyful. So what stories do you tell yourself that can bring the joy back into your life? And I think that becomes reiterated by the B, which is luck, industry, and sweet victory. And so tapping into what it is that you know about your life and how you feel about things brings about the sense of joy, the sweet victory, this breaking through of the barriers away from this negative energy here of feeling left out in the cold. What will bring that to you? In the recent past, you were thinking about this death and rebirth process of your life, of what you need to let go in order to create. And so this is good news. You've been seeking that information and guidance. It is a good time to do this with this moon where it is. For you, this is happening in your 9th house of long distance travel, of research, of spirituality and connection. And so it could be that when you really tap into your inner knowing, listening to the High Priestess, which is your higher self, that you get the information you need that allows you to move things in the direction that brings that sense of joy and completion into your life. The transformation comes when you let go of the restrictions. It is the breaking of the barriers. There is something that is restricting you, that's keeping you locked up tight and not allowing you to break through to the joy that's making you feel this way, and you have the key to allowing yourself out. It's the stories you tell yourself. It is, do you feel self-confident enough? Do you feel capable enough? Do you see down the road the joy and the happiness that can come your way when you make a decision? This looks like you're locked in the decision-making process, but I feel like the decision-making process is nearing an end here. And I think that this eclipse energy allows you to do this. Oh, in the house of the fish, which is wealth, we have wealth. You have wealth. Now, this could definitely be financial. Okay? Because this 5 of Pentacles is about finances. And the 9 of Pentacles is about finances. But there's an abundance of wealth. But wealth also means other things, right? Wealth is joy. Wealth is measured in joy. True wealth is measured by how much joy you have in your life, and not by how much money you have or how many toys you have or you know what other people think of you. It's about do you get up in the morning and you're excited to start this day? That is a wealthy person. Somebody who has relationships that bring joy and happiness, who bring joy and happiness to relationships, who's excited about life and what's around the corner, and they continue to write their story. They don't feel all restricted like their story's at an end, but they're like, no, wait, I get to write the next chapter. There's joy in the industry of doing the work, yes. A career should be something that you spend a lot of time at, so it should be something that brings that sense of joy, not drudgery. And so some restrictions are being broken through at this time. There's a transformation in that, and with that, it opens the flood of the flow of the abundance of the universe to you, and abundance comes in all forms, right? It's not just money, it's love, it's joy, it's security, it's peace, it's well-being, it could be health. In the recent past, you were very worried about accepting help from others, about delegating authority and letting other people help you. There's been some real insecurity about the role others have, and I need to do it all myself attitude, which is restrictive and exhausting. You know, maybe nobody else knows how to do what you do, but maybe it's time to teach so that you can get a break and have some fun and bring the joy back into your life. In the area of the heart, moving forward, you have the owl, which is the wisdom. It's being able to see into the heart of other people because it's in the heart space, and see what's real and what's not. It's the shadow work. It's a very Scorpio kind of card because it says deception and wisdom. And so this is about seeing the shadow and the light in you and accepting it. And also, what have you learned from your experiences that is now becoming your wisdom, that allows you to see the reality, the gray areas, the dark and the light in situations moving forward, and knowing in your heart that you're listening to your intuition with this wisdom that's guiding you. In the recent past, we have the wind fairy. Thoughts, words, intellectual analysis, but it's in that house of the mountain. That's been the obstacle. The obstacle has been analysis paralysis. Overanalyzing a situation, being unwilling to ask for the help, trying to figure out how to create this death and rebirth process for yourself, making this decision, being hung up on the details and not moving forward. You've been blocked, but now there's this opportunity to break through the barriers, to break through the restrictions. In the space of action, you have the king, and the king is that yang energy of the male energy, right? It is being authoritative. It is law. It is justice. It is emperor energy of I'm in charge of my life. I'm making some rules. I'm making some decisions. This is moving out of the analysis paralysis into I've made a decision. I have decreed it, and so it is. And so it is. Oh, nice. Wow. All right. So, we have the Grail Knight as the outcome card. The Grail Knight has a couple of meanings. So, if you've been trying to decide whether or not to pursue a relationship with somebody, because we have the Lover's card here, opposed to this Independent card, and what do you want to create kind of thing, breaking through the barriers, finding the joy, overcoming your own analysis paralysis and deciding to go for it, writing a new story for yourself. The Grail Knight does represent romance, okay? It also represents a spiritual quest. So, if what's been happening is you've been undergoing a transformation of figuring out that wealth isn't just money, what true wealth is in your life, what do you really value? This is that spiritual quest. You know, that Indiana Jones and the Holy Grail, right? It's the quest for higher connection with your spirituality, the High Priestess. So, for some of you, this could be definitely love and romance. For others of you, this is a big turning point in your relationship with yourself. How do you find the inner joy? How do you find the happiness? How do you break through that barrier and the restrictions that allow you to be your own authority, where you listen to your heart and the stories in your heart? Oh, wow, craziness. The owl showed up. Follow your intuition. Follow your intuition. In case you weren't sure, follow your intuition. This is being able to see and know and listen to what is inside of you and go, okay, hey, yeah, no, that's the direction to go in. You have, wow, this is about money, by the way, for some of you, definitely. We have money. Find a way to abundance. You can do it through following your intuition. If the restrictions you've been having have been financial, which is definitely looks like there is an opportunity here to have definitely been feeling, it feels like the gates to that are opening to allow the flow of abundance to come in, but listen to your intuition, stay in connection with spirit, and we have good fortune. Invite magic in. And again, it is your thoughts that you will manifest. It is your thoughts that you will manifest. So while you can't necessarily control all the outside forces around you, you can control your attitude. You get to pick that every day, several times a day sometimes, right? You get to pick your attitude. And I will be honest with you, as the moon moves through different places over the course of the month, there will be bad days. For me, I really struggle when the moon is in Libra. And so the last couple of days were really tough for me, and I couldn't do any readings because that is not a headspace I can be in. The moon has moved out of Libra, thank God, into Scorpio, and now I'm good to go. So, thank you. So there's that space in your chart where there will be a few days every month where you're like, I don't know why, but I just don't feel right about it. I don't like, and I'm irritated. And if you just take a deep breath and allow a couple of days to pass, because the moon cycle is about 2.5 days, and then see where you feel and how you feel. Don't let the tension get you. Take a deep breath. And then I just want to say that this is, again, about breaking through the barriers, because you have conclusions are within reach, a full moon eclipse. Now, that'll be in July. That's within reach. This is something that, Taurus, you're really good with patience. This is something that's going to take time, but you need to step into your authority and start making action. Breaking through the barrier doesn't mean all of a sudden tomorrow all your problems magically disappear. But if you start moving, if you take a couple of steps, Spirit will pick you up and carry you. That is how it goes. So then we have this new moon card that says a new start is coming. It is the ending of a cycle and the beginning of a new cycle. We have new moon in Virgo. It's a time to give rather than to take. And confidence is the key to your success. This card right here is confusing me, so give me a second here. Okay. All right, so if you are feeling like the flow of abundance is not moving in your direction, financially, let's just talk money, but this could be love, this could be there's not enough time, energy, whatever, okay? So say your energy level is really low and you want to open up the flow of abundance to your energy level, you have to put energy out. So the way to start feeling better when you're feeling sluggish is to go for a walk. Now you're putting energy in, now you get energy, vitality back. When you are feeling restricted in money, then actually donating your resources, and if you can't afford to donate money, because sometimes that happens, but there's time, there's knowledge, there's wisdom. It's the energy. When you put the energy out, you get the energy back. And so if you are feeling restricted, like I'm out in the cold and nothing's happening here, now is the time to put energy out into connecting whatever that is that you're trying to bring to you. If you feel like you can't find a job opportunity, go volunteer somewhere. It doesn't even have to be a related thing because you just don't know who you're going to meet. It shifts the energy around. It is a time to put out the energy in order to receive energy back. Put it in so that it opens up the floodgates and allows abundance to flow to you. Yes, that's what that is. Okay, let's take a look at action. Confidence is the key. Believe in yourself. Believe in what you're doing. Trust in your stories. Trust in your inner knowing. Trust in your guidance. What you're hearing. What are you feeling? That is where you head. That's the direction you move in. It says a new start is coming. You're going to have to release something and plant the seeds of intention. And conclusions are within reach. And so I feel like for you that there's this full moon eclipse, you know, there's one happening in Sagittarius coming up in May. Yes. And then there is another one happening in Capricorn in July. So I feel like it's part of the cycle here. It becomes really important. Wow. All right. So make sure you're getting enough rest, keeping things in balance, that you're not pushing too hard. These are actions to take. Okay, so take time to replenish. Replenish your heart, replenish your soul. You've been feeling pretty left out in the cold, so make sure you're taking care of yourself, okay, whatever that means to you. Like, do you need a little time off? Take a little break. Maybe you've been working really hard. And so take a little break. It's the end of the year, and there's a lot of opportunity to do that. But here, believe in your dreams. Believe in your dreams. A new start is coming. You're going to need to put some energy into it, but trust that the flow of abundance is about to open to you. Being confident in your ability, being confident in your dreams, being confident in taking your authority back in this situation is how you're going to get there. It's how you're going to get there. It looks really good, though. You guys have been sitting on the fence, apparently, for a very long time. As long as I've been doing Taurus readings, so that's been a year, that energy's been sitting there. And I feel like now decisions are being made. Hopefully by you. There's a lot of energy that's going to bring that about. We have a full moon. Oh, there's another full moon eclipse happening in Cancer in just a couple weeks. So it could be there where the conclusions are reached, because the next day Saturn and Pluto come into conjunction, and that's all about deep endings and transformations and where restrictions ending. And so that could be it too. The video seems to be doing that. Oh, I hate that. Okay. So you have Seraphonite. My mind and spirit are connected with each other and the divine. You have rutilated quartz, which keeps showing up. I am grateful for my vital life force provides me with the energy and motivation to live life to the fullest. Put the energy in. Replenish. That's part of putting the energy in. But if you want to get yourself moving, you need to start moving, right? I'm uploading a video to YouTube right now, and it must be at that part where it just wants me to hit that button, and that's why it's jacking everything up. I'm really sorry. So we have Jade. I'm incredibly lucky. Here is an affirmation for you. It is about money. I am incredibly lucky. I always have plenty of money with plenty to spare. I'm incredibly lucky with money. I always have plenty of money with plenty to spare. And then again with the physical though. So for some of you, this is a physical issue and not a financial. I am healthy and strong thanks to physical movement and exercise outdoors. I am healthy and strong thanks to physical activity and exercise outdoors. So get out and go for a walk. You'll start to feel better, especially if you're depressed. Especially if you're depressed. Okay. All right. You take care. We will talk soon. Have a happy new year, a happy new decade. I will see you. I am doing the 2020 previews, but I'm going to upload those next week on Monday because they're just not getting picked up by the analytics. And so that's what I'm going to do. And so you can expect to see that instead of next week. All right. You take care.